What's up, guys? Nightingale here, and welcome back to another update notice. Today is May the 4th be with you. Yeah, I had to do it. I'm a Star Wars fan. Get over it. Also, we're live here on Twitch chat, so Twitch chat, please say hello to YouTube. Today, we're going to be covering the update notice. This one's going to be actually a fairly short video. Not a lot is coming today with the absolute massive bomb they dropped on us last week. It's probably kept most of you guys busy, so the good news is not a lot, but we got actually some very important information to cover for you guys. First off, since we're starting with a new unit, I'm gonna go ahead and throw the warning out here first, before we cover the new unit. And that is this. We talked about it in the last, actually we talked about this on the 427 patch. So, which should have been the last patch. If you want to know whether or not to pull, here is the reason right here. Yes, he's cool. Yes, some of you have probably been wanting him, but if you've been blowing your Covenant bookmarks on, whether it be the custom banner, whether it's the recent new unit of, let's see here, we've had Peyra rerun, or we've had Peyra run, we've had Ha-Young run, we've had Arya run. It's been unit after unit after unit, plus the custom. I doubt a lot of you have a lot of resources left. Now, we do not know here which units are being rerun first, but this is what you should be saving for, is this. And in about 60 days, summer's kicking off, which means the summer units are coming. So this is a normal, summonable unit. He's in the normal Covenant pool. You can wait. All right, now that that's been said, let's get back to the update. So, Taeyou is the new 5-star hero. We will get to his update preview in just a second. We'll play that in just a minute. He had, I would say, Reddit, Discord, Twitch chats all going crazy because of one simple thing. His hair is red. His outfit is red. He's got fire skills. But he's an ice unit. Let's rewind this one more time. His hair is red. His outfit is red. But he's a ice unit. Okay. Clearly, they know what they're doing. All right. So let's start first with the actual preview, and then we'll go on. So I've got this pulled up right here for you guys. And we're going to just go through the introduction of it, and then we're going to go through the skills and talk about the stuff right here.
Your fate had been settled the moment you stopped me. Your interruption will grant you eternal sleep. If I was going to feel guilty, I wouldn't have even began. A child.
All right, so we're not going to listen to them talk from here on out. Now we just want to get to the good stuff, and you guys are more than welcome to watch the video. So, here we go. Taeyou, Ice Warrior, will forever have people questioning this. But he is a SSS health imprint for the team imprint. Let's see, do they actually show his card in here? Yes, here we go. Perfect. So, he is a health-based team imprint with a attack-based self-imprint. So, obviously, we know where people are going to be aiming for. The concentration imprint is always awesome. A normal warrior, it looks like. Does he have anything? He's got higher crit chance, and I think that's due to the Virgo astrological sign. But he is Conquer Lilius. It looks like this is Conquer Lilius speed. It looks like his attack's slightly lower than normal. Or this might be average warrior attack. I'd have to compare it with Sigrid to understand. Health looks about right, defense looks about right, and then of course effectiveness and dual attack chance looks fairly good, minus the Ice Elemental Warrior as a fire unit. So I guess what they're saying is that this fire is so cold that it's technically frostbite. All right. So let's go talk about his skills. So his passive, this one's actually really cool, and I can think of many units that will not want this unit to be around. So he's an ice unit, and there's another ice unit that is dominating the meta right now that has a non-attack skill. So Azure Waves of the Open Ocean. After an enemy uses a non-attack skill, dispels all debuffs from the caster, and becomes enraged for 3 turns, grants skill nullifier once to the caster. Can be activated once every 4 turns with the cooldown of -1. So, they're directly saying, hi young abusers, or not hi young abusers, para abusers, goodbye. This is what this unit is supposed to be countering, is stuff like that. So, pretty interesting that they have finally done this. And once again, we've created another issue. Enraged buff is now another undispellable buff, because now everything's stripping. They don't want to fix ER, so we're now creating another undispellable buff. Okay. Next up. So this is going to show off the skill. All right, Tornado Sweep, his S3. So, Tornado Sweep attacks all enemies before dispelling 2 buffs. So, he not only cleanses himself, he's now going to dispel 2 buffs. So we're creating, and not necessarily creating, we're fueling this fire even further. Buffs have no value if everything now is going to strip. Everything is going to cleanse. Why do these things even exist anymore if every unit's now going to do this? This is something that we have to talk about in the grand scheme of balance. This just adds fuel to the fire because here's yet another unit that will now do that job. Increase the skill cooldown of the target with the highest attack by 1 turn twice. So obviously it looks like it's gonna have 2 checks on this is how I would read this. Increases attack of the caster for 2 turns, and when the caster is enraged, dispelling buff effect changes to dispelling all buffs. Do you see why this is an issue? We have a undispellable buff. If it's a non-attack skill, he's gonna cleanse it. So you can't put unhealable or unbuffable on him unless it's on a physical attack. You're gonna have to be able to outspeed him to put unbuffable up so that he won't cleanse that. We have to stop doing skills like this. He's doing too much. It's not that he's broken, it's just that he's doing too much in his kit. Not only is he able to dispel 2 buffs if he doesn't have the enrage, but now he's able to dispel all buffs, excluding the undispellable ones. But that's... We gotta stop with this type of stuff. If you want to fix balance, you want to fix the game, this is not how you do it. You do not keep creating stuff like this. Alright, now, I think this was probably one of the cooler aspects of him when I originally walked through this. So, Full Moon Slash attacks the enemy with a spear, increases combat readiness of the caster by 15%. Damage dealt increased proportional to the caster's speed. When the caster is in enraged, activates Tidal Crash as a extra attack. Tidal Crash can only be activated once per turn during the caster's turn. So what this is basically saying is you will not be able to run this on counter set. So, that you won't be able to abuse this and get that to trigger off. Kind of like where Ilyanov, you can actually get her S1 ability where it'll activate her S2 to activate. This is a little bit different. So this one can only be done during the caster's turn. So Tidal Crash attacks the enemy by slashing downwards with a spear. Damage dealt increase proportional to the caster's speed. So this means he's going to have the speed multiplier inside of his skill sets. So speed will be a somewhat of a factor in how much damage he outputs, but still overall you'll probably be able to get him in a decent range of different speeds and still be able to perform equally as well. But obviously with this, it will be slightly more beneficial for skill to have a little bit more speed in his kit. So let's go ahead and we will talk about, let me make sure that's in the patch notes on this one. The artifact is going to be easier for you guys to read in the video. All right, so the artifact is right here. This is much more legible for you guys to read. All right, Spear of Purification. So at max level, which is the only thing we care about, and for those of you who just need to know, plus 15 is 75% of whatever the max stat is. He will increase the attack, it'll increase the attack by 20%. After the enemy uses a non-attack skill, increases combat readiness of the caster by 10%, can be activated once per turn. So what we're basically saying is he's now, they're designing this to directly hard counter the Conqueror Lilius stuff, the Ilyanov stuff, that big, super fast turn one non-attack skill-based stuff. So Ran, Peyra, Conqueror Lilius, that is exactly what this is designed, this unit has been designed for, as well as the artifact. Now, here's the other thing. It's a warrior artifact. What are other dominant warriors out there? That's right. So, depending on what the non-attack skill is and if it has silence or not will determine if that warrior will be able to use their S3 in return to retaliate that and potentially use their S3 in return. So I can see this probably being fairly useful artifact to have one along the way, which is actually nice. I'm glad that they make artifacts useful because when they aren't, it feels really bad when you pull them. You're always hoping for a buff. Okay, so let's come back here to and again, the reminder, this is why you're not pulling for him. We're going to go ahead and skip over the artifact here. And now we're going to talk about, he's going to have a side story coming for the next 2 weeks. Cool. More materials. This is exactly what we want coming into the game. So from 5.5 to 5.19, it'll be available in the game. You'll need to complete episode 1, 10.10, Shrieking Hall of episode 1. So basically beat the first episode of the game. And you will have access to side stories and how to play. You'll enter in here. And then the reason for my mission and being is a 2-week side story. Complete the story, achievement, and quest and obtain currency that can be exchanged for items. So he will be the rated up unit. So if you do end up pulling him for whatever reason, you will instantly get him 6-star and all of that good stuff while he's being used in here. And then it looks like Aiden will be two different. First version of Aiden's getting attack, second version is getting HP, or are they getting both? I'm not actually sure how that's reading. All right, it should say here in just a second. So he's gonna earn currency, the Golden Tomato. So we go from Dragon Chicken Nuggets to Golden Tomato. What next? The Golden Apple? Hi, Notch. Let's go to Minecraft next. So it is health attack 30% increase to Aiden is what that will be. So he'll get the 6-star 60 Awaken plus 15 and they will go up. So stage difficulty, basically all it's saying here, we're just gonna skip over this, is you have to clear every single one of these once in order to move your way up. So clearing easy will move you to hard, or to normal, normal will move you to hard, hard will move you to hell. And in that order, hell is only able to be complete 5 times. And then where you grind is depending on where you are in the game. Obviously, it's more efficient to grind the hardest than the second hardest than to the easiest in terms of efficiency, but it depends on where you're at in the game. The Molagora Habitat will be available after stage 10, so make sure you get your free Molagora out of that. The Goblin's Den will be available after completing stage 10, so make sure you get your gold. Save this specific dungeon for when you have your daily gold buff up and get the most amount of gold out of that. The exchange shop will have a whole lot of goodies. Make sure you buy everything here. The catalyst, this is a big source of catalyst for your players, so make sure, and know it seems like a lot of energy in the beginning, but do go through, spend the time to clear out the shop. It is completely worth it. So Taeyou and Spear of Purification drop rate will be from 5.5 to 5.19. That is the 2-week period for a brand new unit. And then Lulika and Spirit's Breath drop rate up. So for those of you who don't have Lulika, you got something more painful to think about. As much as I would love to sit here and tell you guys to go pull Lulika because she's one of the best PvE units in the game, while I will say that, and she will be here from 5.5 to 5.12, you've got something else to think about. All right, now we got one last thing, and I think it's the greatest thing of the patch update notice today. So saving the best for last, yes. So Happy May event. I am super excited about this, and here's why. So, hello heirs, this is GM Dominial. The cold winds are fading away, welcoming the warm spring. Please bring back winter. I am dying in here where I live, all right? We have prepared special events to celebrate the month of May. Please see below for more details. Event number 1, Happy May Weekend Buff Event. This is so awesome. So round 1 will be Spirit Altar for May 5th, 6th, or May 6th and May 7th. No, wait, hold on. No. May 7th to May 9th if you're on global. May 7th to May 9th and May 6th to May 8th if you're on the Asia, Korea, Japan servers. So you're going to have an entire weekend of Altar. You're going to have an entire weekend of Hunt Buff. You're going to have an entire weekend of AP and an entire weekend of everything. All right, what we want to say here, Smilegate, this should be every month. Change the schedule of how you do things now. This, if you want to rotate them around, you can do that. So instead of it being Altar at the beginning of the month, make it go AP, make it Hunts. Do whatever it takes to do this once a month like this all the time. This is what should be currently in the game from here on out. This would be the biggest quality of life change next in the Awaken update. This would be the biggest quality of life update you can give to the game, is bringing this, because it allows people to not have to sit there and figure out exactly what they're gonna do in a 4-day span and have them panic that they've got to feel like they're fretting to spend everything. Because with this, if you miss a weekend because you got work or you got something to do, it at least gives you the advantage that you have a few days every weekend to be able to try to accomplish some tasks, and then at the end of the month, everything's available at all the time. So definitely keep this up, and then also the Burning Passion Packs will be coming back. These are totally worth buying if you can. Whale. And then event number 2, Happy May check-in event. So day 1, you'll get 100 energy. Day 2, you'll get 500,000 gold. Day 3, you'll get 500 energy. Day 4, you will get 500,000 gold. And day 5, you'll get 100 energy. So they're definitely trying to give you a little bit more energy along the way. And I'm grateful and appreciative when they decide to add stuff like this in. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn it off of follower-only mode. And let's go ahead and bring on the 10-minute timer starting now. And quickly, again, make sure that you guys at my name inside of chat, and I will respond to the questions in the order they received through pinged messages. So, not a ton of stuff to talk about today. So 10 minutes may be a little overkill. We'll see how things go and what questions start rolling in. Just to be safe, we'll go ahead and say if you want to talk about a little bit of the stuff of the week, we can take a few of those questions, but let's try not to make the focus of the questions today but there might be somebody on YouTube that has a question, and you guys may answer it and then might help them out. So, but again, we're just gonna, put this right here. So for anybody who's got the itch to pull, you should have the itch to save, because this also means potentially new units. This potentially means new units, and units you missed, and new units, and units you missed. Should I build Para with Taeyou existing? If you want to use Para, yes, you'll want to build Para, but if you're going to, you're going to have to make sure you ban him when he shows up, because he's going to ruin your day. That's exactly what's going to happen. Does Taeyou get hard countered by Aiden? I don't even know what Aiden does, other than her PvE buff and a defense break. Do we know if the hunt exclusive is permanent? Yes, it is permanent. So for now, for the foreseeable future, it is a permanent function of the game. They did put a clause in saying they can remove it, but they did state in the text it says permanent at the end of the date, but then the clause directly below says will be announced in a separate notice when they remove it. Doesn't mean it doesn't mean that they are going to. It just means that they're giving the open door to where people can't literally sue them because they said it was permanent, and they take it away. It allows them to do that. Are there anything else that's supposed to come from the Awaken update? There is so much more to come. This is only the tip of the iceberg that we've received so far from the Awaken update. We still have the E7 World Cup mode to come to the game. We have the 3v3 arena to come to the game. We have the Grace of Unity, which is going to be a massive update this summer. I cannot wait for that to come. That's going to help so many players out on their building abilities and getting units out and being able to test units. So as long as this doesn't have a cooldown to it, it's going to be one of the best things possible for the game. We've got the PC client coming. Yes. They swore up and down they weren't going to do a PC client, but you get out there and you post it around enough, you grind on them long enough, guess what? They're going to finally cave in and give us a PC client. That's coming this year. We've got new collabs coming this year, which was part of the Awaken announcement. We've got, they're doing some IP stuff, we're trying to expand their IP a little bit. Still no word on an anime. They need to do it, but let's be real, they need to do it. It would be amazing. I would watch the ever-living crap out of it to have this as an anime. It would be amazing. We have, supposedly the great achievement is supposed to happen in the guild, this year. The Guardian level was supposed to be last year. They never did that. So hopefully we'll see some... Oh, they're doing the Moonlight bookmark. They're doing the Moonlight storytelling thing, which is going to be really cool. That I'm actually really curious to see more about, is to learn more about the Moonlight heroes. So they're saying that they're going to not do... They're going to finish the story and then they're going to stop for a while. It's not going to instantly roll into episode 4. That's also something new. So we'll actually be able to see some stories about these Moonlight heroes. What collab events might come and what characters should we look for? I have no idea. If it is the slime collab, I'm sure that you're gonna see Malim and Rimuru rerun. That was a 3-week collab. They could try to condense that into 2 weeks, depending on what goes on. If they are only rerunning them, you will only expect the units, but we could also and potentially could get new units as well. I don't really want to speculate on it because we really don't know. Everybody's got their fan favorites. We've tried to use Guilty Gear as a benchmark of what's going to be coming in. But honestly, it's not anything you're going to be able to tell until they announce it. Unless you can figure it out or your dad works for Smilegate, you're not going to know. Is Spirit Breath worth the powder? No. So, I would not say Spirit Breath is worth the powder. The powder shop refreshes in 2 weeks, by the way. So make sure you do hang on to your powder until the last day if you've got anything that you're looking at buying. Because in the case of if there's ever anything super, super, super high value that you're able to at least see and you're not going, well, I wish I'd have known. So it's going to refresh in 2 weeks, by the way. Rerun plus new units is not guaranteed. It could be just rerun units. It could be rerun and new units. We will find out when that comes, by the way. We are assuming it'll be new unit, but Guilty Gear also reran at one point without bringing new units. So that's something for you guys to take note of. We have, let's see here. We have 3 minutes left on the timer, so if people do not keep having questions rolling in, we will wrap up here. If not, we'll extend it for 5 minutes. Are there any units you think need a buff? Yes. That's all I'm going to get into there, because that's a can of worms I don't want to have to deal with in the comment section today. Let's just say yes. There are units that need buffs, but I think there are units that need nerfs way more than I think units need buffs, because my honest opinion is the sets need to be changed before we buff units, because that will change more for the overall game's health than unit buffing. Over buffing to oblivion and doing dumb buffs, just not something I want to talk about today. Is Shepherd of Hollow worth buying for powder? No, if not right now. I would say that there is stuff coming very, very soon that you will want to burn your powder on, besides a normal summonable artifact. It's cool. It's a cool artifact, but I would not say waste your powder on it right now. Blue Seth buff when he needs some love a long time ago. I can agree with that. Saz needs some love. So I really think we need to be very careful with talking about buffs. Just for the fact that in a lot of the research I did, a lot of these units are not as bad as we've made them out to be. If by fixing gear, we fix a lot of these issues. And that's me giving you an honest, straight opinion that if we can fix that and truly conquer that hurdle, a lot of these units are going to get automatic buffs just from that alone. They're not as bad as they're made out to be. But if we're going to keep doing this power creep cake stacking thing, it's not going to be a good idea. All right, so let's go ahead and say last call, I guess, for questions. Anything, any last questions, just ping me and we'll answer all of them that are left. And then we're going to wrap up the video. What heroes from the Awaken update trailer are you looking forward to? Sage Vivian. I can't wait. Literally, as soon as I get done with the custom Mystic banner, well, honestly, I'm technically done with it, but I need to start working on getting my pity ready for that over the next few months. So Sage Vivian is going to be definitely the one to wait for me. If I were to pull Lulu, would we have enough time for SSB? Yes, because you earn basically a pity a month is the quick version of that. And then when I say you earn a pity a month, it does not mean you're earning it in straight Skystones or that you're earning it in straight bookmarks. The rough average will say that you're going to earn it between a split. So if you calculate that 19 Skystones is equivalent to 1 Covenant bookmark, between the normal Covenant bookmarks you're going to get through check-in rewards and through the playing the game, doing story, doing hunts, doing all that type of stuff, the combination between Skystones and bookmarks at the end of the month will roughly equal around the value of a pity. So it is a rough average to say that a normal player can get 1 pity a month. The average player can almost take 2. So in case there's any other questions, I will give it another like 30 seconds and then we're going to wrap up the video for last call. So like I said, a very short and simple video today. Again, with last week's being super, super packed, we don't have a ton of stuff to talk about, which is good because honestly, if they did 2 massive patches back to back, that would feel like you wouldn't really be able to take a grasp of what came in the last patch because people are still learning and still trying to grasp some things of what just happened. I mean, it's a major content update, and it's a great quality of life, a really, really great quality of life. So if that is it for questions, I don't see anything else coming through. Any questions from here on out, I will answer off stream. Wait, we got one more. What are your thoughts on the crazy amount of buff events happening recently? Thank you is my thoughts. Thank you is my thoughts. Please keep these buff events coming and let players not have to stress about binging the events. That's the issue. Binging an event is the issue. Having them to where you go, okay, I can pace myself is a lot easier to maintain. That's me personally. That's my take on it. So, all right. So we're going to wrap up here. So thank you guys so much for coming in and hanging out and being a part of the video. Chat, go ahead and say goodbye to YouTube. We will be back next week with the update notice, and this one will have probably a little bit more going on just because of the every 2 weeks there's typically a slightly more adjustments going on inside of an update notice. So we got more Epic 7 videos on the way. As you guys have also probably seen, we've started the first video of the Ultimate Beginner's Handbook. More is coming on that. I've got a lot of work to do on that, a whole new standard. It's going to take a lot of time to get this done right, but when we're going to do it, it's going to be amazing, and I can't wait to share that even further with you guys. So those videos will be coming out as I can. There's no definite time frames. It's not like I'm trying to get X amount out a week. It's just going to be as they come, they're going to be released. So thank you guys so much for all the support. It really does mean a lot. Y'all take care, and we'll see you guys in the next one.